and a press conference like this. During our meetings this morning, we had the opportunity to come together in a spirit of friendship, mutual respect, and understanding. We deeply value our compassion, solidarity, and cooperation that are also at the heart of Bangladesh's diplomacy and international relations. The engagement this morning truly reflects the long-standing partnership between Bangladesh and Turkey. We have been maintaining extraordinary relationships with your great country, Excellency. We deeply appreciate the visit of Honorable Foreign Minister of Turkey and profoundly believe that this will deepen and widen mutually beneficial cooperation, collaboration, and understanding between our two sisterly countries. I thanked Turkey for sending observers who monitored the parliamentary elections in February 2026 and for sending their Deputy Minister, Beris Ekinci, who I frequently meet, to the historic oath-taking ceremony of the new government of our Prime Minister, Mr. Tariq Rahman. I also expressed our gratitude to the government of Turkey, particularly Your Excellency, for your invaluable support for Bangladesh's candidature for the President of the 81st session of UN General Assembly. I came back yesterday, right after the elections, and I had the privilege of receiving you in Bangladesh. I'll never forget the support, the encouragement, and the assistance that I received personally from you. Distinguished journalist friends, the foreign policy of our government led by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Tariq Rahman is guided by the philosophy of Bangladesh first. It doesn't mean Bangladesh alone. It means that we have our resolute commitment to safeguarding Bangladesh's independence, sovereignty, national interest, and the welfare of our people. At the same time, it also reflects our belief that beyond our borders, we're friends and partners, not masters. Bangladesh believes strongly in diplomacy based on equality, fairness, and mutual respect. We're committed to building constructive bilateral and multilateral relations with all countries of the world. Our approach of cooperation is based on shared interests, respect for international rules, and a spirit of partnership and friendship. We also believe that multilateral cooperation is essential in addressing the global challenges of our time, and some of these challenges we discussed during our own meeting this morning. And Bangladesh will continue to play in cooperation and collaboration with friends like Turkey to promote peace, stability, economic progress, shared prosperity, wider cooperation in mutually beneficial issues and areas, and sustainable development for both our peoples. We emphasize that the visit of Brother Hakan Fidan comes at a significant moment of Bangladesh-Turkey relations and demonstrates the shared commitment of both countries in deepening cooperation and elevating the bilateral partnership to new heights and at a strategic level in the coming days. As per the directives of my Prime Minister, Mr. Tariq Rahman, we also shed light on the possibility to sign a free trade agreement with Turkey. We also discussed the possibility of, in the interim, having a preferential trade agreement. We discussed about the scope to substantially enhance our bilateral trade, which is not at the level that it should be. There's a substantial potential to rapidly increase our trade volumes. I apprised my brother, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, about the incentives for foreign investors in Bangladesh and invited the prospective Turkish investors to invest in different private economic zones and special economic zones in Bangladesh. We offered our support towards Turkey to establish a dedicated special economic zone in Bangladesh. We also requested for expansion of cooperation by TICA, Turkish Cooperation Agency, toward Turkish Investment Promotion Agency, toward investment, trade, and industrial partnerships, taking advantage of Bangladesh's current political stability, business-friendly environment, and growing domestic market. We pointed out the possible sectors for investment by Turkey, such as textiles and apparels, defense item manufacturing, shipbuilding, pharmaceuticals, infrastructure, renewable energy, ICT, smart technologies, and civil aviation. We propose that Turkey may build or develop an international standard hospital and nursing institute in Dhaka. We also requested for receiving more Bangladeshi students with scholarships for their higher studies in Turkey. You know, currently around 3,000 Bangladeshi nationals are living in Turkey, and most of them are students. I believe that there is a substantial prospect for improving people-to-people contact, including student exchanges between our two countries. And for this, I invited my brother to promote cooperation in culture, tourism, education, widen trade and commerce and investment, and strengthen business-to-business contacts. One of the most pressing humanitarian diplomatic challenges facing Bangladesh is the Rohingya crisis. I myself have been, in my previous incarnation, the High Representative for the Rohingya Affairs, and I understand the scope and gravity of this problem very much. In my acceptance speech to the General Assembly last week, I emphasized this issue, and our priority is the safe, voluntary, dignified, and sustainable repatriation of the Rohingyas to their homeland in Myanmar as soon as possible. 9 years have been too long. We must get our acts together in order to ensure that there are serious international efforts to resolve this crisis as soon as possible. We are grateful that Turkey has been playing a commendable role in extending humanitarian assistance and diplomatic support to resolve this crisis. The First Lady was here, who visited the camp. You'll be visiting the camp after this, after our engagements this morning, and you'll be seeing firsthand the conditions of people in the camps. Every time I visited the camps, I visited the Turkish hospital. This is one of the best ways that Turkey has been helping the Rohingya refugees. Beyond your support to resolving this crisis, your actions regionally as well as internationally. I thank Your Excellency, Brother Hakan Fidan, and your esteemed delegates for visiting Bangladesh at a very important period following our democratic transition, and for your renewed endeavors to strengthen the bilateral relationships between our two countries. We are here ready, extending our hands, and I know you are ready too. So there is no reason why we should not have very rapid actions to take our relationship to a very different heights in the future. I thank you, sir.